Okay, welcome everybody to our webinar. This is the second webinar in our fall series for this year, and today is 8:30, 2011. It's 3 o'clock Eastern Time, and we are talking about websites today a little bit more than we did last time. Our first webinar that we did, we talked about how to have the most effective presence at senior fairs and community events, how to get the most leads and what to do to get those leads. So that was really great. That was our offline marketing piece. And at the end of that presentation, I talked to you about some online marketing, and we're going to expand on that today. So what we're really going to talk about is this, how to get prospects to come back to your website for increased lead conversion. So you've got all these email addresses, and you've got all these leads. Maybe you've collected them over time. Maybe you've been to recently been to a senior fair or some kind of community event, or you were a speaker somewhere, and you've collected a bunch of email addresses and names, and you've started your list of people that you'd like to communicate with. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to take all of that offline activity that you've been doing either all these years or even recently and convert that into conversing with people online and getting them to come back to your website. So with that, I'd like to introduce George Novison. He's my partner. My name is Valerie Van Boeven. So hi, George. How are you?
Great. Welcome, everybody.
And we're going to just go through this presentation. Now, this is a follow-up from last week's presentation, which talked about the seminars. So we're going to assume that most of you either watched the replay or were able to attend last time. So let's talk about the stuff that really makes sense for you moving forward here. And whoops, one of the things that here's the agenda for today. Getting your contact list to visit your website over and over again for increased lead conversion, and learn how to take your email list and turn it into dollars and new clients and new referral sources. So that's our agenda. And many of you might recognize this slide from last time. One of the things that I talk about a lot in every aspect of our marketing, one of the places that we all fall down as marketers or could always do a better job or could always think of more creative ways to do a better job is in our follow-up. There's this little disease out there in the marketing world called follow-up failure. And in some way, shape, or form, we all suffer from it. And following up is the most important thing you could do. If you've just been to a senior fair, letting all those leads just sit there and never doing anything with them is really follow-up failure. You have an opportunity at every event and every networking event that you go to and every community event, everywhere you go and everything you do, you have an opportunity to collect names, addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, and put them into your database. You never know where a new client's going to come from. It could be a friend of a friend of a friend that attended that senior fair, but if you don't follow up with the person who gave you their information, then you're never going to know if you could have got a client from them. So there's always opportunity out there. So this presentation is focused on alleviating that follow-up failure. So let's talk about it. So you've ended the day at the senior fair or wherever you were with tons of names and addresses to add to your newsletter mailing list. So what we really want to know is, what are we going to do with all those? So we're going to talk about incorporating your offline marketing with your online marketing. So let's talk about e-newsletters for a moment. And for most of our clients, either they don't send out an e-newsletter or they only send it out quarterly or every 6 months because they find it kind of a pain, or maybe it's one of those things where they just finally have 5 minutes of time and they decide to slap one together and send it out. And if I could do some magic for everybody, I would say everybody needs to have an e-newsletter, an emailable newsletter, and it needs to go out all the time. And it should also be one that's nice enough and clean enough that you can print it and stuff it in with your billing or with anything else that you're going to send out via mail. So if you're going to have a newsletter, you should have one that you can email or you can mail that will look just as nice either way. And what's interesting about this, and what you should know, is that you can actually do this for free and with very little time and effort if you have everything set up right. And that's what we do for our clients. It's not that it's free for our clients, but it's one of those things where we set it up on the front end, and it automatically runs itself each and every month and does a really good job. Now, we have to think about what we're doing as we plan for all of the blog posting that we do, because the blog posts are what generate our newsletter. So let's just take a look at some of the things that generate an e-newsletter. If you have one that goes out to every prospect every month, the key to this is to remember that when a senior's family is receiving an e-newsletter from you, it's just like shopping for a car. If you're not in the market for a car, you don't even pay attention to the ads that are running on TV or on the radio. But the minute you start contemplating buying a new car, you pay a lot of attention to those TV and radio ads that are selling cars. You're looking around at cars. You're paying attention because it's on your radar screen. So when you have a family member who may not think that their senior loved one is ready for care, but it definitely is on their radar screen and they know the day is coming, it's really important that you're the voice that they hear. They may not hear a radio ad, they may not see a TV ad, but if your e-newsletter shows up in their mailbox once a month, they know that they have somebody in the industry that they can call upon as soon as there's a straw that breaks the camel's back. So being in front of those prospects every single month is really important. And if they are not interested in elder care, they may have a friend who is, and they can forward that email on to someone else who might need it. If they're a referral source, that client that comes through and may need help today or tomorrow, if your e-newsletter is the last thing that they received or the first thing they received that day, then you're going to be top of mind for that referral source. So it may be painful as far as putting one together for some folks, but as far as increasing your bottom line, I guarantee you that if you have an effective e-newsletter that goes out every single month, one time a month without fail, you will increase your bottom line. So let's look at that. Send every prospect an invitation to your Facebook business page too. We talked about this last time, and I'm going to show you some more in-depth Facebook advertising or Facebook, lead generation tactics that you can use that are also free. So this is one of the slides that we looked at, and I showed you what not to do with your Facebook page, and we're going to get back to e-newsletters here in just a second. This is what not to do, having just generic pictures and no real information. This is not a good Facebook business page. This is also one that somebody signed up for Facebook as a human being as opposed to signing up for a business page. And this is also a no, because their Facebook business page or their Facebook page, because they signed up as a human being with an account, will never be indexed by Google correctly, and it will never have all the keywords that it needs to have in it to show up on the first page of Google for that business. So they've done this incorrectly, and they're not going to get any benefits out of it. But look, they've already got 374 friends, so now it's going to be hard for them to get away from this. So just make sure you set it up right. This is what your Facebook business page should look like, and everything we talk about today with regard to e-newsletters and Facebook is all going to kind of come together at the end. But this is a Facebook business page, and this is exactly what your Facebook business page should look like. Not exactly, but you should have some kind of call to action. You should have a welcome page. If you can see my pointer, I don't know if you can, but underneath our pretty lady here, you have wall, you have info, and you have welcome. If you set it up correctly, everybody that comes to your Facebook business page for the first time should come to this welcome tab. And the welcome tab is what you see here, where there's a call to action. There's a place where they can put their name and email address. There's a toll-free number. There's all kinds of information here. And this page is actually very long, so it tells more and more about their services. So once the person has liked the page, up here at the top on the right, you can't see the like button anymore because I've already liked it. But once you see the like, once you click on the like button, the next time they come to this page, they'll actually go to the wall. And the wall is the page where all the blog posts are and all the fun information. Newsletters can be posted there, etc. So here is an example of an e-newsletter. And this e-newsletter is very simple, very clean, and it's for one of our clients, Safe at Home Healthcare. This is located in Oswego, Illinois. And what you can see is that this goes out once a month, and although it's really super long, and I will go to the newsletter here live just a minute so you can see how long it is. It's really easy to read. Every single link now, but I'll show you a live version. It read more. If they click on the title, it goes to their website. Visit our website, share with friends. There's even some opportunity to go to Facebook if you scroll down a little further. It doesn't have to be you don't have to email. You'll notice that all the pictures are stripped out. So sometimes people won't even see the photos that are in your pictures. So keeping it simple is really good. And that's important when it comes to an e-newsletter. But this is really an example of a good, clean, safe e-newsletter. And also, this is one that if they wanted to, they could mail out and encourage people to visit their website. So that would be a good one to put in maybe with a biller or something like that. And by the way, I noticed that some people have questions already. I'm going to, let's see here. Okay, so if you have questions, one of the things that what we're going to do is at the end of the webinar, I will take all the questions. So what you want to do is as we go through, you want to go ahead and, let's see. I'm just looking through here. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and put your questions in the questions pane there. So there's a little, in your dashboard, there's a little place where you can add a question. Go ahead and add your questions now. And throughout the presentation, at the end, we will read all of them. And if my voice is breaking up, I'm sorry. It wasn't clear to me, but George sent me a e-newsletter. And I'm also going to show you a tip on how to do your newsletters practically for free. So this is a Dieter's frozen custard coupon. And Dieter's isn't located in very many places. There's like 2 or 3 places here in St. Louis, and there's maybe 1 place in Illinois where they're located. But anyway, what I did was, and this is something I think all of you should be doing, Dieter's has coupons for everybody, for anybody. And you could take this coupon, and all I did was take a screenshot of this coupon, and I saved it as a JPEG. And for the person who wants people to come back to their website over and over and over again, what I would do is in my newsletter, I would put click here for free ice cream. Or click here for a coupon for Dieter's ice cream, for free Dieter's ice cream, or free Dieter's frozen custard, or whatever it is. And go ahead and put that link right at the top on your newsletter, and people will click on that link. And if you paste this onto one of your web pages, they'll go to your website and they'll download the coupon, or they'll copy and paste the coupon for a free Dieter's ice cream. Now, all you have to do to find this is go to Google and type in, what I did was I typed in ice cream St. Charles. So I went to, typed in ice cream St. Charles, which is where I live, and all of these websites and Google Places pages came up for all the local ice cream stores. So
Welcome to GoToWebinar, Web Events Made Easy.
Can everybody hear me now? Give me a yep. Type it into your questions thing. Say yep. Or George, tell me yep if you can hear me. All right. So my phone just hung up on me, so now I'm going to use the lovely microphone. So we're talking about Dieter's Ice Cream, and what I'm telling you is that you can use a coupon from any ice cream store or anywhere else online that might have a really cool coupon that families could use, the seniors could use, and put it out on your website in your e-newsletter. Put a link to it that says click here for a free ice cream or whatever it is you want to say, and then put that Dieter's frozen custard. Make sure they have to click to your website to get it though. And this is very readily available on Dieter's website. It's not something I made up. It's obviously something they wanted to give away. Anybody could download it. And so there's coupons like that all over the internet. If you have a coupon of the month and it's in every single newsletter, and it's a pretty good one for that matter, something you can find locally, you might even hit people up and say, hey, we do a coupon of the month in all of our newsletters if you'd like to participate, and have some of your business colleagues out there donate some kind of coupon of the month for their services. So however creative or intense you want to get, that's fine. I try to make it easy and just say, here is a coupon for everybody who's interested. If you're, it has to be somewhere that people like to go locally. So that is an idea. That will get people back to your website over and over and over again. Okay, so just so you can see how all this came about, this is a screenshot of the actual website that we're talking about. So this is Safe at Home Healthcare's website. And right here on the right-hand side, you can see enter your information below to get your free caregiving guide and sign up for our monthly newsletter. So when people enter their name, email, and phone right here and hit submit, then they automatically get the caregiving guides via email, and they get signed up for the monthly newsletter, which goes out to everybody. So that's how we did that. The other piece of this information, and what's important for a follow-up, is that if I scoot over that website just a little bit, because this is a screenshot, so I couldn't get the whole site in there, but I just scooted it over a little bit, and you see on the left-hand side, you've got Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube. So if anybody wants to connect with Safe at Home Healthcare on any of these websites, on any of these social media sites, all they have to do is look over here on the left and click on any of these icons, and they'll be taken right to that social media. So there's never a time when, people can't get in touch or get a hold of Safe at Home Healthcare or join them online. But having a coupon of the month is a really great idea. Okay, let's talk about contests for a minute, and then I'm going to go to some live stuff. I talked about contests really briefly last time, and when I say contests, I don't mean that you should have, a drawing for a free iPad or anything like that. What I mean is something that really resonates with your audience. So I want to show you a couple of examples. I've got a couple of them that I took a screenshot of too, and the first one is best recipe, best caregiving story, best story grandma used to tell, best family photo, and best act of kindness. These are all really easy, non-intrusive kinds of contests that get people to open up, tell a story, and share a little bit about themselves. So I would recommend that any time you want to have a contest, you look at something like this. So let's look at what this organization did. I just love this page. This is on Facebook, and you can also do this on your website. They had a contest, a Celebrate Caregivers contest. So they had a bunch of people submit stories, and they had different categories. And this one is, she won for Inspirational Mom, Elizabeth Biondi, and she got 1,077 votes. This one, Jeannie Krifcher, a part of the family, won 1,036 votes. And there's a guy, Matt Jordan, Keeping the Family Together. He won too. So they have first, second, and third. I don't remember what the prizes were, but this contest ran for a couple of months, and then they posted the winners with their pictures on their Facebook page. So these are all caregivers, and they all got to win something really cool. Now, recently, I know that not everybody is going to be able to afford and or want to do this, but I did see that I think every year they do this. Home Instead or somebody gives away a free caregiver cruise. They pay for the airfare of the cruise for a family. I don't know how many people, maybe 2 or 4. And they also pay for all the home care required to keep that person, in their home and safe while the family's on a cruise. So, just little things like that. That's actually a big thing, but you can do contests and really get your community involved. And then this kind of thing where you announce the winner, this is press release material right here. So you've got all these quotes, you've got these people involved, and you've got press release material. And this is something that any marketing person in your organization could put together and really get the word out as they make their rounds that we're having, please read the stories on our website about these caregivers, or read about them on Facebook and make your vote, place your vote, and then we will announce the winner. So there are all kinds of things you can do any time of the year. This is an evergreen kind of an issue here. Okay, so I talked about websites a little bit last time too, and so I'm going to say the same thing here. There are things that you definitely want to do with your website and things you definitely do not want to do with your website. And one of the things that I would recommend never doing at all is, first of all, I think that Always Care is probably a very, very good, I'm sure they're very reputable. I know obviously they have a Better Business Bureau rating. They're members of the MPDA. I'm sure they're great, but their website is not so great. And I'll just be real honest and tell you I'm not a big fan of it. And the main reason I'm not a fan is because when you come here to this website, the music plays or somebody starts talking immediately, and it scares me every single time because I've got headphones on. And so all of a sudden there's this loud music. And you even notice right here on the right it says turn on speakers. Trust me, don't turn on the speakers because you don't want to hear this one. So that's what not to do. And then here's what you should be doing. This is one of our brand new websites that we put up for one of our clients, and this has got a great call to action on it. It's got a video, the 6 things you must know before choosing a home care agency. It's got great placement. They're doing getting great results on natural search engine results, and they're also doing some pay-per-click to fuel those leads. And this website is completely search engine optimized and has a great call to action. Call Rick or Donna at 832-271-1600. So this is the kind of website you definitely want to have. Now I'm going to go to, I told you I would show you a couple of things live. So I want to show you, let's go to web here for a second. And let's go to Kurt's website, Safe at Home Healthcare. And I'll let you all catch up here for a second. Okay, so everybody should be able to see Kurt's website now. And what I want to show you, if we scroll down here, this is the newsletter that I just did a screen capture on. This is what a newsletter looks like when it's in the archives on one of the websites that we put together. And you can usually do this with any newsletter service. So if I go back for just a second here, I'm going back to his website. You can see that if I scroll down the page right here where I'm highlighting, it says Newsletter Archives. And all the newsletters that we've done are right here. They all come out on the 15th. And if I go to the newsletter itself, the last one I just clicked on, you can see that there's an opportunity for people to subscribe, to view past issues, to translate it into another language, to do a Google +1, to like it on Facebook, which I will do. Okay, and then to comment on it, share it, or tweet it. So you can also tweet it. And it'll just ask you for your username and password. You sign in. And you just put Safe at Home Newsletter. And then you hit tweet. And you're all done. So this is something that Kurt can print and mail. He can leave it on here. He could put a coupon for that ice cream place. He could put that on here if he wanted to. All of these little articles that are in here are just truncated a little bit. All you have to do is click on Read More. And it'll take you straight back to his website. You can see that this one's had 13 tweets already. And it takes you right back to the website. and it takes you right back to the blog post that the article references. So everything on this leads back to his website. Now, this entire newsletter and everything that goes with it can easily be done. Now, keep in mind that this website has a blog on it, so you have to be somebody who's going to actually put blog posts on a blog in order to use this format, but I'm going to show you the email service that you can use. So you can see his last 30 posts. Now, we post once a week without fail, so there's always content for that newsletter to pick up every single month. So there's never a time when the newsletter service doesn't have content. It's always here. And the service that we use for our clients is called MailChimp. And now this is free, and you've heard, so everything I just showed you, although it takes a lot of manpower hours, so it's a function of us as a staff doing this for our clients, but the actual service itself can be set up for free. So MailChimp is similar to Constant Contact or iContact or any of those other ones, but it integrates really nicely with WordPress and it integrates nicely with websites. And you can have, let's see what the free pricing is. Let's look. They've got tons of templates, and again, all this is free. And let's see here. Oh, that's a video. I don't want to watch the video. I think you can have up to, let's see, sign up free. It says you can send up to 12,000 emails per month, no contracts, no credit card required, the forever free plan. Now, you can't beat that, and you get access to all their cool stuff. So with a little ingenuity, you can sign up for this. You can put the sign-up form right on the website, and there you have it. You have a free way to send out e-newsletters every single month without fail. You don't even have to have a website to use this service. You can still upload your list and send out a free e-newsletter. So this is one of the best tips of all time. If you've got Constant Contact and you're not doing anything with it, take your list, download your list out of there, dump Constant Contact, get rid of that $50 or $35 a month charge, go to MailChimp and sign up for free. It really works super, super well. All right, so let's go back here to our PowerPoint presentation. And let's see here. We got to go back to where we were. Okay, so, all right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take questions here in just a minute. So this is all about taking your leads, putting them into a system, and following up with them every single month. And this is all the internet part of doing that offline marketing. So if any of you, we're going to take questions here in just a second. I'm going to start reading them. So if you have a question, be sure you write it into your questions pane, because we're not going to unmute the lines. There's too many people on the call. But you can type it in under the questions little thing there on your dashboard that you have on your screen, and then we'll ask your question, or we'll answer your question. Anybody who's on this webinar who's a home care or assisted living marketer, or in the healthcare or elder care business in some way, gets a free half-hour consultation on how to improve your internet marketing results. You can just send us an email with your name, your email address, your phone number, your business name, and your website. Just give us some information about you, and be serious about it. If you really want a half-hour consultation, please be serious about it, because we mark our half-hour time slots off in increments so that we can talk to you and give you a little coaching and a little advice. So if you really want an appointment, absolutely, please take advantage of it, but be serious about it, because we certainly are, and we love to help people get on the road. And also, if for our new clients, people that come on board, we give away 2 free Facebook business pages for any webinar attendee who signs up for one of our paid programs, and our free community education PowerPoint series, 6 presentations in all, and press release to go with it. That's all yours. So let's go back to questions and answers. And here's George's information, by the way. If you want to talk to George, you want to get some good advice, George is an expert in business development. So anytime you have a question, or you just really don't know if you're heading in the right direction, if you talk to George at ltcep.com, or call him at 888-404-1513, he'll be able to answer any of your questions or sign you up for your little half-hour consultation. And he really does keep that very serious. So we want to make sure that we get to talk to everybody who wants an appointment. All right, so let's go to questions here. I am going to move the questions out here. I know there are lots of questions. Okay, so the question is, let's see, follow up one-on-one or through an autoresponder. Okay, so when somebody signs up through your website, or if you are going have a list of emails, say, in your hand, what should you do with them? And you can follow up one-on-one with anybody that you have contact information for, but frankly, I would put them in the autoresponder as well, and make sure that they're always in your autoresponder so that they're receiving your monthly newsletters. And if they want to unsubscribe, at the bottom of every single newsletter, that's a part of the CAN-SPAM Act, there is an unsubscribe down there. And the next question is, do I know of any autoresponder service that allows a CSV import, meaning that you can import all your contacts or your lists to their system? And yes, actually MailChimp will allow that, but when you send out your first campaign, if you have too many hard bounces and complaints, they will put you in a warning status and they can shut your account down. So clean up your list before you upload it, because the first time you send an email out, if you send it out to a bunch of people that you really don't even know if they exist anymore, then you could get your account shut down. So you need to make sure that you have a clean list and that you have an up-to-date list. Okay, so we had some audio problems, obviously. Now everybody can hear me really well. Okay. Questions. Who has questions about e-newsletters or follow-up or anything that has to do with websites and lead capture? We had a really great set of questions from last time. Okay. Are we allowed to show or promote someone else's coupons? I believe you can. If they have a coupon out there and it's for everybody, then I think you can, you can say, or you can redirect them to their website if you want for a free coupon to for a free ice cream, and you can just send them to the Dairy Queen site or whatever you want to do. You can make people aware of it, and that's perfectly fine. So I would have no problem with that. If you don't feel comfortable putting it on your website, just redirect them to the actual website where the coupon is. That's no problem at all. There's also these things called, the deal of the day, like Groupon and stlouisdeals.com and things like that. You can also redirect them to some of the deals of the day or the deal of the week for those, and redirect them to those websites. Okay, anybody else have questions, information they want? Anybody out there? Pardon me. I don't see any more questions. This is going to be a quick one. All right, folks, well, we recorded the entire webinar, so I will send out the playback, and I will get everything out to you guys probably this afternoon. I want to thank you for attending, and please call George if you have any questions, and talk to y'all soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.